can see the hate, I can see the lies. See it in your face, read it out your eyes. Why they watching me? They got their eyes on me. Why they watching me? They got their eyes on me. They want it, wanna get it. They losing while I'm winning. These the rules of the game you playing. In your eyes I can see you hating. Why they watching me? They got their eyes on me. Why they watching me? They got their eyes on me.
Are they watching? I see them. They hate cause it just can't be him. But I'll fly like a desert eagle, so don't get me that.
Yo guys, so today me and Filipe are going to dive in to our own fitness journeys. So Filipe, what have you been doing recently?
Right, the same. I've been watching a lot of TV. But to be honest, since... did you watch the Michael Jordan documentary?
No, I haven't seen that yet. It's on Netflix?
Yeah. It's on
Okay,
Netflix. No. Since I've watched it, it kind of gave me a bit of an excitement to do more stuff and try to be... It kind of woke me up. I started doing a lot of stuff in my house and trying to fix some stuff that needed fixing, painting. And I actually stopped playing PlayStation. So I'm being a bit more productive now. And getting ready for the podcast with you. And, well, a bit more exciting lately. But I still watch a lot of Netflix, though. I'm not going to lie.
Mate, I've got Amazon Prime now. Netflix, I've done it all. So I've got Amazon Prime and I'm doing, The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen that?
I haven't watched it now.
Oh, mate, so good. I've already seen most of it, but then I stopped at like season 7 for whatever reason, and then literally from like the beginning of the week, I've just been watching from season 6. Mate, it hooks you big time, massively.
There's a show that I really liked. It's on Netflix. It's White Lines. I saw it in 2 days, the season 1, and it's really
I've had
good.
a couple of people. They've said to watch that.
Yeah, the boxer guy is Portuguese, so it kind of got me hooked to it.
It's like similar to like Power in a way, isn't it?
It's about drug and Ibiza, but it's not that it's not that like Power, but it's really good.
Similar.
Yeah, it has British actors, Spanish actors, and 2 Portuguese actors. It's really good.
Okay, I'm definitely going to watch it soon because
you should.
There's a couple of people now said to watch that.
Oh, and definitely watch Michael Jordan documentary. Right? It's
I see that advertised.
That guy is a different breed. It's amazing. Like when you were growing up and watching whatever he was doing and the way he talked, you think he's such a peaceful guy, such a nice guy. And what it shows you under the commentary is how real he is and how much addicted he is to winning. And for him is win, or nothing else is acceptable on his books. He's a different type of person. It's really amazing. Really amazing.
Did it go into the detail when he quit the NBA? Went into baseball, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then he joined back and then got MVP, didn't he?
Yeah. Man, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. You will love it. Yeah. So we'll start talking about your fitness journey.
Right.
And why did you start going to the gym?
I think for me, it was a massive confidence thing when I was in school. So, I was underage. I was 14, I think, and you had to be 16. So I remember coming back and I had to have like a little waiver form, and I was like begging my mum, like, "Mum, just say I'm 16, please." And I went in there, and it was just a confidence thing. I didn't know what I was doing, nothing like that. And it was kind of like just going 2-3 times a week with your mates for a bit of fun. And then when I left school, I went into a football scholarship, so sports side got quite serious. So then we're in there doing, again, mainly biceps for the ladies. But, I mean, we did do like our bench press, some compound stuff. But the knowledge I knew was nothing. So, again, it was still just a massive confidence thing and just fun. And then it wasn't until I left the scholarship, finished that, and I was looking at careers, and obviously I wanted to go into something sporty, and personal training was something. So for months I took it really, really seriously. Well, what I thought was seriously at that point compared to now is a different ball game. But yeah, so I just started going every day, sort of enjoying it, enjoying the way it makes you feel when you're in there and afterwards as well. And then, yeah, I started personal training, and that's from when it started getting serious. I think for me, I didn't realise how difficult it was until I started the competing process. And that was, I did 22 weeks where it started out with just dieting, training.
Before you go there, Liam, when you started doing gym, where did you get your information about how you should train, and what were you doing? Were you doing 3 days a week, an hour a day? Where did you get that information from, or what were you following?
So when I started, I just based my first couple of days. I didn't know nothing. I just went in there, read the labels on the machine, but just looked at the diagram on the machine. Thought, oh yeah, this will do. And I was just watching people, watching other guys and that are in the gym, seeing what they're doing. And then as I started to get into it more, it was YouTube, watching the guys on YouTube deliver stuff. And I didn't follow a specific routine or anything because I didn't know much about it. I just took exercises that I thought looked cool, and I enjoyed doing, and I just repeated the same sort of thing. I didn't have a chest day, a back day, nothing like that. It was just kind of picked 5-6 exercises I knew and kind of just got on with it. But it slowly went into more routine, especially as I got to like the football side of stuff. Yeah, definitely.
When you started as well, do you think, well, knowing what you know nowadays, a lot of videos that you watched on YouTube, do you think they provide you the right information?
No. I mean, there are guys out there that do, definitely, 100%. But I think there's a lot of people on YouTube that have a lot of views, that get a lot of clicks based on how they demonstrate the exercises and how the naming of the videos sort of catch you and sort of get you in. There's a lot of crap information that is what I know now anyway. It's not something I would personally teach someone.
Yeah. Do you? And as well, when was the stage that you learned more about the gym? Was it through YouTube, or was it through, and not only YouTube, and you see Instagram, for example, so many people post silly stuff, like, we're not going to go dive into it so we don't start getting bombarded with stuff that people do. When did you learn more? Was being around with people that do this for a living, or was it from trying to catch things from YouTube or Instagram, for example?
So I would say two things. I would say the biggest time was definitely being in a gym environment, working as a PT, and watching and speaking and having conversation with other PTs. Now, they still have their own opinion, but it made me create my own opinion. Being able to listen to the likes of like Jason and the other guys that are in there, and I could sort of take bits of what he said, what they've said, with my own knowledge, watching my own videos, doing my own research, and sort of make my own mind up. And then I think the second time was doing the competing process.
Yeah,
definitely.
So so you started going to the gym for a confidence thing, but also, how did you want to look like? Did you start the gym to look trimmed or stronger, let's say buff as well? Or what was your goal at the beginning?
At the beginning, I just wanted to look ripped. because I was quite a thin lad at that point. So I kind of just wanted to build a little bit of muscle and just have abs. That's all I kind of wanted. It's definitely changed now.
Yeah.
Definitely changed now. I want to be a lot bigger than that.
Yeah. So when did you decide to compete?
It was the beginning, around about this time, last year. So it was something I've kind of always had my mind on since being heavily in the industry by starting my PT. But it was never something I thought I could physically do. I think it's probably just because the knowledge behind actually doing it wasn't there, and also confidence. So yeah, I then started it probably, it was a year ago now. So there was probably about a year where I thought I'd like to do that. But it was never like, I want to do that. And then I sort of decided, you know what? I got myself in good shape for holiday, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this holiday and I'm going to start it, because I'm a very competitive person. I like to put a reason behind stuff I do. And it sort of just got to the point where it's like, I'm training, I like the way I look. What else is there? So yeah, I spoke to Jason Goodell, who helped me out quite a bit with it all. He gave me the full rundown of basically what it's going to be like, how it's going to be mentally and socially. And you kind of just take it as it comes and think, yeah, it's going to be hard. Don't get me wrong. I know it's going to be hard. But going through the process, it's an experience in itself, let alone the actual side of being on stage. It's a massive experience within itself.
Do you think it's essential to have someone to support you, like a fitness coach?
Yeah, 100%. Especially if you've not got a lot of experience behind it. There's many times where, you know, I think it's definitely the mental side, because it was my first time. I've never done it. It's kind of like I don't know what to expect. So there was a lot of times where, you know, I was unsure about certain things because I didn't know what would happen now and how I should be looking at a certain time away from the show. So it was good to have that sort of moral support from your coach.
Mm. And you had the opposing coach as well, didn't you?
Yeah. So that was with Leo, top guy. That was really important to have. He sort of give you the confidence to present your look on stage. That's a scary thing within itself. Going on stage and there was probably a couple hundred people in the room just watching you, and you're at the front on your own in pretty much less than underwear, and everyone's there, and all they're doing is judging you, and they're comparing you to everyone else. Yeah, and that's a big thing which you learn you shouldn't do. So it's a really hard thing to deal with when you're putting yourself in a position to do that. So you kind of have to be mentally very strong anyway, because it can get to you. So he taught me the way I should present my body for the better things about myself, and the confidence of doing a routine to then obviously perform on stage.
What was the biggest learning curve that you had through that experience? Was it fitness-wise? Was it you got to know yourself mentally a lot better, or any topic? What was your biggest learning curve?
I think for me it was mentally and socially. I think I obviously knew it was going to be really difficult, but I didn't think it'd affect me mentally as what it did. You have, especially the last couple of weeks, you have no energy. You feel starving all day. You're training ridiculous hours, as well as still doing the hours you do working, the hours that you're spending with your family, the hours you're trying to then fit in with your friends as well. And as the weeks get closer, you then have the stress of, am I looking good enough? Am I doing enough? Can I do more? And obviously the show itself, that's a stressful, leading up to it is a very stressful thing. So that mentally for me was really difficult, and a lot more difficult than what I could have planned for. And then I think the social aspect, that was one thing that really, really got to me. When, you start off, because your mood's still quite high. You can go out with your friends and not drink and still enjoy it. You can go out and have food and just have a steak and salad just because you can still socialise. But then when it starts to get stricter, when you start to get closer, you kind of don't want to put yourself in them situations. And then your cravings are really high. And you kind of don't want to go out with your friends for a meal because it's just torture. It's not fun anymore because you're just so much closer. And I think it really does teach you, going through that process, it really does teach you a lot about the people around you, the close friends, being able to actually support you. And you'll be surprised. You lose certain people and you get close to certain people through the process as well.
No. Well, I would just say that if someone just doesn't support a friend or anyone that is in your life just because you want to be better and you want to try something that will make you a better person, or you even want to test yourself, and someone doesn't support you, this person is not really your friend. And then I think it just, you just helped me make a decision of eliminating certain people out of my life. Because we have so much time during the day, and there's so much you can do, and you shouldn't be wasting time with people that don't support you on progressing and you challenging yourself. Don't you think you became a better person, a better professional, a better PT after leaving this competition?
100%. 100%. I mean, it made it easier for me. It wasn't even upsetting losing certain people, because it got to the point where you think, well, you wasn't really down for me in the first place. And like you said, it brought me closer to certain people anyway. And I was able to cherish that more, being in a mentally crap place for a couple of weeks to close to nearly 2 months. It was really tough. So it brings you closer to them people and makes you cherish them more. So it is worth it anyway.
Yeah. So after the competition, how did you feel?
See, this is a strange one, because it was actually harder coming out of it, massively. And I think that's because for 3 to 4 months, if not longer, you have a goal, you have something to look forward to, and you enjoy the process. As much as during it felt horrible and you didn't like it, you do actually enjoy that process. And when you come out of it, you kind of, that's it, it's done. Like, what what do I do next? It was kind of like that. And you go on stage and to look a certain way. So your whole training is based on how you look. So when you then take your next progress photo the week after, and then the week after that, and you can see that progress every single week, that's addictive.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So then when you come out of the competition, you're not going to look like that all year round. That is not a sustainable look, and especially mentally, like, they will just kill you off. So you then, each week, you're not looking any better. You're actually looking worse. So that was a massive mental thing to then be able to switch my mindset from, I need to look ripped, to, you know what, I'm looking healthier now, and I'm putting on weight again, but is it in a good way? And that was a massive thing. The first couple of weeks coming out of was something really challenging.
So, going back to the future side of it, your body-wise, do you prefer the way you looked on competition, on when you are on a sustainable, still looking good, but it's sustainable to look that way? Which look do you prefer?
Stage look. But that shouldn't be it. That shouldn't be
It
it.
shouldn't. Because I remember during the stage of your journey to the competition, I remember you probably already forgot. You just remember the high that you felt on stage, because
Yeah.
then you just feel, shit, I accomplished something. You're proud of it. But I remember your mood swings. I remember you being
Massive.
angry. I remember you being emotional even.
Yeah, yeah.
And you sometimes even you said things that normally you never say. Sometimes you said, "Oh, I don't think I can do this anymore." I think
Yeah.
it was even one time during that period you said you wanted to quit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you were in a normal state, if you were eating the right foods, if you were having the sleep that you were having, you wouldn't say things like that. It's not on your nature, from what I know you.
No.
But so, one question: would you do it again?
Yeah. Yeah. I am going to do it again. I'm hoping to start the process again. Well, it depends what's happening with the situation, the virus, and certain venues aren't hosting anything. But I'm hoping I can start preparing just after Christmas, ready for early-ish summer. So then to compete about this time now, next year. But I know a lot more now. Again, when I do it again, it's not going to be perfect, but I know a lot more now.
Yeah.
So I know how valuable my sleep is, because I'm someone that never taken my sleep seriously. I've never tracked my sleep. I've never made sure I've had the 7-8 hours, and how valuable that is, because there'll be days where I wouldn't, I've had a later day at the gym, and then I've trained, and then by the time I've eaten, showered, packed my meals ready for the next day and prepared everything for the next day, I'm not going to bed till midnight. And then I'll be up at 6 a.m. doing cardio. And it just absolutely ruins you off. And then that's where I'd have the mood swings.
Yeah.
And 1 minute I'll be absolutely fine, and then I'll just be really, really quiet and have no energy. I can't really speak to you. I can't really hold a conversation that well because I can't be asked. And that's where, that's difficult. But there's a lot of things that I know I can do differently as well going into the next competition.
That's really good, man. It was really an eye-opener for me seeing you go through that process from the beginning to the end, and the struggles that you went through. Because we, as PT, sometimes we lack our training if we don't have a goal, and we just go as normal. But having you so dedicated, like a professional athlete, was and seeing how much you actually need to do. I don't know if I would do it, just because it's not my, how you guys say, my cup of tea. and
I get that.
And especially seeing you, the things that you had to go through, mate. Props to you. It was amazing, and I will be there again on your next competition.
Good. That was good. That was good seeing you there, to be fair. When I was on stage, I could hear, who was you with?
Salsa.
Yeah, I could hear you both doing your whistling. It was crazy.
We needed to shout, mate. I was just thinking.
I know, I could hear you.
I was just thinking, if I was there, when you're on stage, it must feel really lonely, isn't it?
I tell you what, that was a very weird feeling. You're backstage, you're standing, you can see every other competitor. And from a football standpoint, you're very when you're on the pitch, you're looking at your opponent and you're thinking, if I'm better than you, you're very judgmental, we're going to smash you. If this guy goes into a tackle, I'm smashing him. You're very like that with football. And, I kind of went into that thinking it was like that. And I remember I was backstage and this lad's got these resistance bands, warming up, pumping up and that. And a couple of them have. And I didn't bring mine because I just forgot, to be fair. And he looked at me, he's like, you not got any bands? I was like, I left them backstage. And he went, I tell you what, mate, I'll do some hammer curls. If you do some push-ups, we'll do 10 and then we'll swap. And I was like, this is crazy. I'm competing against you, bro.
Yeah.
Literally 2 minutes, I'm going on stage against you. and it's a different environment. I generally think it's because there's no much more you can do when you're there. So, and everyone appreciates how hard, and everyone's sort of gone through similar stuff. So then when you're on stage, I surprisingly felt quite relaxed. It was really weird. I thought I was going to be shitting myself. And the minute I went on stage and they called my name and number out, it gave you a massive, and you just hear like you boys in the background like screaming and clapping, and obviously everyone in the audience is clapping anyway because they're showing support. It kind of gave you like a really big rush, and it felt like I was on there for about 5 seconds. And then when they sort of call out another number and they're basically saying, "You've had your go now, can you someone else's go?"
Stop showing off.
Fucking hell. Yeah, in my head I'm thinking, that's only been like 10 seconds. And then when I watch the video back, it's like a minute and a half. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it is a good experience.
Good, man. I'm happy for you.
Don't